You think the internet lives in the cloud. It doesn't. It lives in a few hundred wet wires on the bottom of the ocean. Bank transfers, cloud services, video calls, this exact video, almost all of it crosses the sea through fiber optic cables lying on the seafloor. Satellites carry only a sliver. There are roughly 550 cable systems out there, over 1 million kilometers of glass. And these cables are absurdly small for the job. In deep water, a cable is about the width of a garden hose. Glass fibers, a few power conductors for the repeaters, a sheath, that's it. Only near the shore do they get armored and buried. Everywhere else, it's a hose lying exposed on the seabed. They break constantly, something like 150 to 200 faults a year worldwide. And the causes are boring. Ship anchors and fishing gear dragging across them account for the large majority. Earthquakes and undersea landslides handle most of the rest. The shark bite story is basically a myth that refuses to die. Nature has already shown us the stakes. In 2006, an earthquake off Taiwan snapped around 9 cables at once and crippled internet across East Asia for weeks. In 2022, the Tonga volcano severed the single cable connecting the islands and cut the country off from the world. One cable, one volcano, one country offline. Here's the part nobody thinks about: fixing them. There are only around 60 cable repair ships on the entire planet, and much of that fleet is decades old. A repair means finding the break, grappling the cable up off the seafloor, and splicing glass fiber on a rolling ship. That routinely takes weeks. Geography makes it worse by creating chokepoints. Most Europe to Asia traffic funnels through Egypt and the Red Sea corridor, a huge share of 2 continents squeezed through a few hundred kilometers of water. In 2024, 3 cables in the Red Sea were cut, likely by the dragging anchor of a cargo ship that had been attacked and abandoned. A shooting war, collateral damage, hitting the internet. Then there's the Baltic pattern. Between 2023 and 2025, cables and a gas pipeline between NATO countries were damaged by commercial ships dragging anchors for tens of kilometers, separate incidents involving ships linked to Russian and Chinese trade routes. Finland boarded and seized 1 tanker. Every case is officially an accident, but dragging an anchor for 50 kilometers without noticing takes a very special kind of accident. NATO now runs a naval patrol just to watch the cables. And spying on cables isn't hypothetical. In the Cold War, US submarines tapped a Soviet military cable in the Sea of Okhotsk and harvested recordings for years. Modern intelligence agencies treat landing stations and cables as both collection points and targets. Ownership has quietly shifted too. The newest and biggest cables increasingly belong to Google, Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon rather than the old telecom consortia. The companies that run the platforms now also own the pipes underneath them. The system's real defense is redundancy. The internet routes around single cuts, and most people never notice a fault at all. But that redundancy thins out badly at choke points and around small island nations. And it quietly assumes nobody cuts several cables on purpose at the same time. So here's my take. We talk about the internet like it lives in a cloud, and it actually lives in a garden hose on the bottom of the ocean, maintained by 60 old ships, protected mostly by the assumption that everyone's anchor dragging is an accident. The map is public. The real protection is a patrol boat and good faith. Sleep well.